Hi Paper Crafters, welcome to another Design with Jo video. I'm Joanne Rogers, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Alberta, Canada, and I've been designing with you in mind since 1999. Thanks for joining me today. Today I want to show you how to make a super simple card that is just a do-it-yourself faux torn edge. And I was inspired by this project from one that Aldana Epp made, and she shared it at our onstage at Vancouver in April of this year. So this set we're using is the Sailing Home set, and it is just the stamps. We're not using the bundle here. And this is a great set for masculine or anyone who lives by the ocean or anyone who likes water. And I love the lighthouse, but today we're going to be making the sailboats. And these sayings are just fantastic too. So I've chosen set sail in the direction of your dreams, and I've got the birds pulled out too. So all you need for this project is you're going to need your card bases. So my card base is Balmy Blue, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of crumb cake that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I have a Very Vanilla that is 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have a piece of just any old cardstock that you have, and I like cardstock a little bit better. You could use bond paper, but I like cardstock because it'll stand up the test of time a little bit better, and I can use it over and over again. So the first thing I do is I am going to tear an edge on my card, and I like to tear towards myself. And even though we're not going to be using this paper in my card, I like to get the feather edge, and you get that showing when you tear it towards yourself. And you're just going to throw that away. But this is the edge that we are going to use for our shading. So I'm going to pull everything aside, and I'm just going to work on my Very Vanilla. Now, would be tempted to go this way, but I want to have the shadow on my torn edge going this way. So I'm actually going to turn this around here, and I'm going to place it on that part of the card. And I'm going to take my Balmy Blue sponge, and I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm going to dab it into my Balmy Blue. I'm going to hold this. If you wanted, you could put a piece of washi tape on there, but you don't need to. And then I'm just going to dab it on. And I'm going to dab it on, and I'm going to be a little bit darker right around the edge of my paper. And I find if I dab, I get a little nicer look to it, a little softer look. And I'm just going to dab darker on the edge, and I'm going to try and have it gradually go lighter and lighter as I get out to the left a little bit more. So it just takes a little bit of time until you're happy with it. I move my sponge around, and this one is actually fairly, it's not as rounded as some of them. And so I find that it gives me some harder edges, and I don't like that as much. So I just sponge, and this really, you know, I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm just picking up ink every once in a while. And it's this fade look that really gives you a cool effect. And so it's starting to work now, where it's really dark around here, and then it's fading out to practically nothing. And I'm hardly pressing over here, just so that I've got a little bit of color. And if you wanted, you could even swirl in a little bit more right close to the edge. Make sure you're not going to move this cardstock, because as soon as you move it, you're going to lose that nice crisp edge you're going to get. And the joy to this one is when you take that cardstock off, you're going to have, so I'm giving just a little swirl now just to soften up some of those lines. Not too much. And you can pull it off, and you've got that cool crisp edge right there. So I'm just going to take my Balmy Blue again, and I'm going to put my sailboat, and I'm going to put it down here, I think. So I'm not going to create a scene. I have another card that I can show you. I'm going to create my sailboat there. I'm going to use two colors here. I'm going to go with my crumb cake for my words. So just set sail in the direction of your dreams, and I'm going to put that and try and get it straight up in the top left corner. And I'm just going to put some birds in there too, I think, but I am going to put those in blue, even though they're not really, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put, oh boy, I just put that into the crumb cake. So let me try and get all crumb cake, not just blue in behind there. So let's put some birds right there. There you go. That's how you can fix it. So I'm going to put that together now. I don't think I want another boat in there actually. So I'm going to just glue that down. So it looks like you have more than one piece of paper on there, but it is one. So this is great for sending through the mail because you really don't have to worry about extra postage. I'm not even using, gasp, a dimensional on this card. It's just going straight down flat. I'm going to put it on and then fold it. There you go. Fold that across. Use my bone folder. There you go. And that's your card. So that is a really cool kind of effect. Let me pull in another one that I did here. So this guy here is boats on the water. So for this one, it actually is a much more gradual the tear that I did versus a little bit more choppy one here. And then I'll pull in this gray one here, and this one here is even more choppy. So some different looks that you can get with all of those cards, but it's the exact same technique, and it's one that is super simple. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you love this project and you're going to give it a try at home. If you do love it, please like it below and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I post regularly as well over at www.designwithjo.ca, and I'd love to have you join in. All of the supplies I used, I have linked down below. And if you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Alberta, Canada, or in Canada in general, I would love to be your gal. Thanks very much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.